Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope y'all are doing great. Today we're going to be making a Father's Day card for my uncle so I can try to get it mailed out today, which is Monday. Um, so I'm going to show you with you where my head is and then you can be like, oh, I would have did this differently. I've been trying to use this since I did the haul. I want to use one of these patterns. I haven't actually opened, did I open this up? Maybe I opened it, but I don't think I looked at the patterns, like really looked at them. But I'm thinking one of these would be really cool. I was gonna do like a fishing card, and I probably did make him a card last year and just never mailed it out. I had made some Mother's Day cards and tried to mail most of them out. I couldn't find some addresses, so like I said, you all, the people that support me and that I hang out with, and when I'm streaming, leave comments and things like that, and people I've known for a while, you're worth the dollar that it costs to mail off one card now in the States at least. I'm not sure how much it is overseas, but you're worth it. And so I want to try and get better at mailing cards out. I feel like that's a lost art in some ways. So that's what I want to do. So I'm going to use this pattern, one of these patterns. We'll look at that. And then I want to use the dilution stamps that I had picked up from Tuesday morning. I went online today to actually look up um I think it's more. They have more on the line than this right here. So I want to look it up. These say 2013. So what we're going to use is the masculine hats. And then I wanted to talk to y'all about this. I was at Michael's last week and they had a 30% off sale in the store, and I really wanted a large scraper. I am on a scraper kick. I have like way too many now. And I think that this one probably will fall apart at some point because it has two lips, two pieces, and I don't think that's a good thing. But maybe it's designed like that. If not, we can always take it back. And then I pulled out my stencils. I had got these offline before all the taxes started happening, the tariffs and things. And I think I did a quick little flip through with you all. I am addicted to the circle one right now. But we'll see how this goes. I might not use it at all because I already have a lot of other stuff going on. So I want to use this paper, because it's four and a half by six and a half, and then it's long enough to do a four and a quarter by five and a half sheet of paper. I mean a card front, not a sheet of paper, a card front. It just makes it easier to ruin one of these versus a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper to do. And it's 65 pound, which is standard weight, I think, for us when we're cutting on paper. I do use a heavier duty cardstock sometime, but I was thinking this would be easier for me to not have to cut up a bunch of stuff. Now, do I think all these papers are going to be identical and not be messed up? No. I do think I can't even open the thing the way I want to open it. I do think some of them will probably be off a little bit, but I'm going to cut it down anyway. So let's get started. Okay, so this is called Man About Town, and the other one that I showed just called Mini Couture. So the hat is the same, just in a different scale. Same with this one, and same with that one, which I think is really cool. We are gonna, we are a sucker for a good background, and I think we're gonna showcase the hat that's full. This could be a masculine or feminine framed hat, I suppose. They are sticky. Not sticky on the back where the ink goes, but just sticky in general. So what I think I'll do is I will start here like that. Okay, is it me or is this hard to find at Michael's and Hobby Lobby? I feel like Joanne was the only spot that sold this. And that's really sad if that is the truth. Nice. Nice semi crisp image. And then and I should have gotten more of my little blocks, but I did not. Right, so the ink seems to leave fairly decently. Let's see. And you can see this is a brand new one, but you can see I guess the dry side and the not so dry side. I wonder if they just sell. I may have to just find some re-inkers because that is going to be my current lifestyle, I think, for a while. Re-inking. And let's do this side right here. Then we'll do one more. Now my uncle is older. Um, my aunt was born in 1961, and I think they were 4 years apart. I think. And my mom was born in 55, and so I think my uncle is. I think he was born in 58. I think. I can't. I don't know. But he's all the family I have left, like first generation of people I know. My grandfather passed away when I was in elementary school, and that was hard. I think my grandfather passed away when I was in the second grade. I don't remember. Second grade? Second or third grade, I think. I don't remember now. And my biological father passed away when I was in middle school. I never met my grandmother because she had already left. But my my uncle is all I have left, and that worries me so much. Like I am very selfish, okay? And I say that to say, I mean, no one sits here and is like, "Oh, I can't wait till this person leaves," but I really don't want to deal with that. Like I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. If you never had to deal with that kind of thing, you're lucky. Very, very lucky to not have to worry about that kind of stuff. I just don't. And he's the oracle now, right? Like he's the person that has all of the knowledge of the craziness that they did when they were younger. All right, so let's go ahead and fix these lines. I know you were probably like, "Are we gonna fix the lines?" Yes, we're gonna make the hat close. Now, the funny part is I could not. I had been walking around trying to figure out. I don't have my stamps in a proper location, as you probably already have noticed. Um, when it comes to certain things, but I cannot find my I cannot find my sentiment. I did have some sentiment stamps kind of separated out into another pile. I can't find them. Shh, don't tell anybody, please. All right, let's see. I think that's good. Now, I'm going to color this. It's going to have the same theme, and I think I'm going to go for more traditional colors with pops in them. Um, So like this hat right here, we'll give it a blue or a green, something bright, right? Bold. And then for this, I was gonna go brown, but I think, yeah, that might be a little bit too light. And then I am on a turquoise rampage currently. So there we go with that. And let's see. Maybe yellow? Hmm, maybe not. Sometimes when I'm looking at my markers, I'm like, I don't have any colors. I'm like, but you do. You just need to figure that out, right? So this is the hat I want to color first. Um, it was another hat on there that looked kind of cowboyish. I mean, we are in Texas, but I was like, no, let's not, please. Maybe orange. Let's see. All right. And the funny part is, I really don't have to color this whole thing up because we already know that it's going to get cut down some. But I want to do something with that strip. So we're going to pretend like we're using the whole thing. That marker was leaking. It's never good when you pull your marker out and it's got a big drop of something on it. It's always a bit scary. I feel like the investment that you make, you don't want to see that. Maybe it's just me, I don't want to see it. Do you ever make your own background? Do a lot of background stamping. All right, I think that's it. Yep. I want a brown, but not a dark brown. I know I said I didn't, but now I changed my mind. Okay. Yep. This hat right here, I feel like you would definitely wear it to the fishing hole or maybe going to the juke joint. I don't think they have those anymore. They might, but I'm not sure. So this is just the bottom part of the hat. This is TN7. Doing a lot of coloring lately, huh? Random coloring, not random coloring. Also, yesterday I uploaded the video, right? I set it for 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. 10 p.m. So I go to look at it because I'm trying to stay up to date on a few things about my postings. And I'm like, what happened? Why is it? I want to see that and I want to see if I had any upcoming videos that I had scheduled. And I don't. And I was like, why does the video still say scheduled? And it was like 10:15 ish maybe. I don't remember the exact time. And I was like, oh no, I didn't set the time. I didn't put a time on there. That was all of my not paying attention. Is I had plenty of time to actually. I should have verified it, and that's why I usually verify just about every step of the thing. But I think what happened with that one is I had went back. Besides me not paying attention, I had went back to see something, and maybe that's what happened. I don't know. I think that's what happened. I can't be too sure. Is this hat? It might be. I'm using the chisel part because the brush piece is frayed fairly well. I feel like even though this purple is placing stuff down, it is not doing what I need it to do. And that could be a little bit, not we, not, no, mm-mm, we're not having that. Now this is when, remember I showed y'all I had fine liners I had purchased a while back to do the hair, but then I had saw these Jot fine liners at the Dollar Tree, and I had got them. You'll have to figure that out. Like, how do you want your fine liners to work? I watched this lady a long, long time ago. She used to make. She probably still does, but for some reason YouTube does not. Never mind. The algorithm of the people that I follow is crazy because I don't get every posting of everyone that I follow, and then I'll have to go and do a search for the person. Just such a weird thing. Because then I'm like, okay, how much of this did I miss? Did I miss more? Why is it like that? You know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that was TN7, I believe, that we did here. Let's see if this is lighter. It is. Now, I did the reverse on this. Because this should have been the light side and this should have been the dark. But I chose to do it a different way. Color however you like, makes you happy. I support you. Yep, this is TN8 and then this was TN7. And these are from Spectrum Noir. These are probably the first or second iteration of the markers. I think they call them classics now. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think that's what they're called. And I had taken them out the box because my storage thing that I have, I had purchased it from Tuesday Morning when I saw it. And so, if you are familiar with Tuesday Morning, the brick and mortar store, you know that I can see Tuesday Morning making a comeback. Before we go any further, I really can. You know why I say that? Because they still have an online presence. And what I've noticed about a lot of online stores, like those kind of stores, either they stay online or they get it in their board meeting head. Hey, we could, you know. I think this is what I think happens with a lot of stores, and this is going to sound horrible. I think sometimes you can't spread yourself too thin. You can't have a store open on every corner. Even though that's what we want, we want all the stores to be conveniently located to where we live. Uh, that's not always possible or fair, right? So I think sometimes if you have 20 stores, spread them out. Make us drive for it. Make us want you. Make us, if you're selling a good product, we will, come. Because they sold big, ginormous rugs. They had furniture. They sold cute little dishes. They had toys. My son got a lot of his Thomas the Train stuff from there when he was into Thomas the Train. So they sold a lot of cool looking things, in general. And then they had the craft section. Ooh, the crafts. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Love the craft section at Houston. Yep. So I'm putting this purple as some contrast. This right here is a creative expert. I got it from a discount store. And when I say discount store, I mean Ross, Marshall, TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory, DD's, all those stores that sell clothes or whatever inexpensively. I had purchased a gift card from my bank. I was trying to do something. And that's the problem. Whenever you try to figure out something, for me at least, it never works out. So I wanted to get a gift card and I want to buy something from a specific location with the gift card. That gift card was like, mm-mm. So I ended up calling the bank and saying, hey, can you just send me the money? And she's like, we can write you a check. I was like, okay, that's fine. Because at that point, I was very frustrated with the whole process and I didn't want to deal with the gift card anymore at all. At all. I think we're going to go with yellow here. Maybe just on the brim. And then, I don't know, because these purples, they stand out, but they're not popping enough for me. And I think we're just going to take some white marker, I mean pen, and write in it. But I need this hat to pop out. Like I need it to do more than what it's doing for me right now, and it's not. So I'm thinking yellow could do that. My problem is if I hit this in the right spot, it's going to turn green because yellow and blue. Let's go with orange. This orange over here. Pumpkin yellow. Let's see. I think that's it. The problem with Copic is that it will pick up the ink for whatever reason. All of the other markers I use rarely, if at all, pick up the ink. So I have to be very mindful and careful of that. That's why I keep dipping the brush, per se, off of the paper because it's a little bit of black line on there. And this is when I would say if you have crayons or color pencils that can match this part, you want that to match that part and just color over it and, and make it pop if that's what you choose to do. I do think orange is a good statement when coloring. Depends on what you're doing. Like if you have a pumpkin, then of course it's a great statement, right? But I think that orange just pairs very nicely with a lot of colors, depending on how you do it. I always want to use these papers, my trash. with something like use the back of it or something in a junk journal. We're gonna have to see. All right, so now I know that I just put this orange down, but I am going to use a different little color. Maybe this peachy color right here. Because it's not popping out enough for me. But let's see if this will do it. No, no, that's okay. I'm not bothered. I'm not going to be stressed about it at all. I am going to take my purple gel pen and go over this band on this Frosty the Snowman hat. Or is it a cartoon villain outlaw hat? If you watch Bugs Bunny, you know that little tiny, the short character that they have in the movie. That's the bank robber, the mobsters, and it's like a little short guy. And he had a hat. You can't see anything but his nose, I think it is. And they run into Bugs Bunny. Like, I feel like if you ever ran into Bugs Bunny in real life, go the other way. Now, some of the newer shows show him a little bit more refined as a bunny, but Bugs, I feel, is a good statement of I can change, right? Because Bugs don't play. Bugs Bunny does not play, and when you mess with his home, mm-mm-mm. I think him and Wile E. Coyote has had a few run-ins, right? Hello. I chose not to do the silver because it was not clear and opaque enough. So now we're just gonna have a grand old time with this little white pen. I've seen people go white pen crazy like I'm doing right now, and I love it so much. Some people are anti pen. Some people are anti pen. I must admit, some people are anti white gel pen. Let's set this to the side. So this is front. This is a really cool one. I mean, we could do this one, right? Oh yeah, I did open this up with y'all. I had forgot because I was said the texture was different. So this is a great contender. I also like this chaotic pattern right here. Yep, because I said this reminded me of the TV show Living Color, I believe. Sometimes when you make videos, you forget. And I've been making a making one every day for the last couple of weeks now, right? At least the entire month of June is 9 days in. I think we're gonna go with this one or this one. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I cut this down to be 4 by 5, and then I put this at the normal A2 size card. And now we're going to ink the edges up. I'm going to try to find a bold little color that's on my desk. That's not bold, but it could do the trick, I think. No, it's never on the desk. Only in the camera views when you don't want it to be, right? It pops up when it wants to pop up, but not like it's supposed to. Let's try this shaded lilac, but if memory serves, which it doesn't always, I think it's out. It's dried out. So let's see. I was gonna do some razzmatazz on here, but I think that it will serve its purpose because we still don't have a sentiment yet. And I think I know what I'm gonna do for the sentiment, but let's see. It's dry. Dry as a bone. Bone, bone. Dry as a bone. So let's see. Can I do this without ruining this card? I have some shimmer markers, some shimmer water-based markers. I personally don't care to do this. I feel like the paper could cut the nib, and a lot of my stuff that I own currently is becoming more and more hard to find and more vintage as stores close down. You can't really find a good restocker. And while everything is great when you can find it online, have you looked at some of the prices? Oh, ordered this on Amazon a while back, and it came with four little random sentiments. And so this one says, "Happy birthday, anniversary wishes from heart, make the world go round, celebrate you did it, blah, blah, blah." And this one says, "Get well soon, best wishes, happy anniversary, congratulations, birthday wishes, blah, blah, blah." And this one has some more. "Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. I'm willing to risk the cooties for you." Oh, that's so cute. I think I'll get it to my son for his birthday if I make a card for him. But I want to do this one. "I appreciate you more than words can say." Um, you know, it's hard, I think, as we get older to really be able to articulate why we love people besides saying, "I just love you," just because. Um, when they mean so much more. And in my opinion, when you tell someone you don't understand how much you mean to me, I think people don't understand that fully, right? Like if someone wants to say so and so and so and so, I'm like, "Oh, I love that person. This person makes me so happy." Um, I just, you know, I'm not sure if you've ever watched an interview of some like a celebrity and they're doing an interview, and the whole time you're watching it, you're smiling. That's how I feel about certain people in my life, right? Like even if they make me mad or they're crazy, it's nothing short of "I'm so blessed," right? I'm so lucky to have this person in my life. And of course, I mean, how many times can you tell this person you mean so much to me or you're so wonderful? Thank you for putting up with my chaotic ways. Only goes over swell a couple of times before they start saying, "You know what? You're freaking me out. Go sit down." And then you're like, "Oh, I hope I didn't push this person away." Or, "Oh, I don't know what's going on." Or, "Oh." All right. So that was a pretty thick thing. Uh, stamp. I couldn't get the word out. Sometimes words just do not want to find their way out of my head. Now I just use, which I will not do again. I use one of the 100 sheets that I showed you at the very beginning. I do not want to waste them on sentiments. I have 8.5 by 11 that I can waste on sentiments. I want these to be purely for, stamping a card, stamping the image, stamping basically. All right, so now we're gonna just, yep, I love this. I need to start making more tag cards, but for now we're gonna do this. My son gave me this flower a few days ago. It's drying out. Well, it dried out the same day. I was like, "Please don't. This is for you, mommy." "Oh, thank you, baby. I love it so much." It's so kind of him when he does those little things. I was going to line this up as well, but I've changed my mind. That's why I had that short pause. All right. So let's see if our little scraper gonna do what we needed to do. I wish it wasn't a scraper though, because the scraper indicates that I'm using vinyl, right? That's what they are using these for, vinyl scrapings, etc., etc. There we go. It worked. Now let's cut this baby down. And like I told y'all the other day, these $1.25 for 24 sheets of paper. Ooh, you cannot beat that. Even with a stick, right? So if you can afford a few of them, get it. If you're into that kind of stuff. Like some of us, and I said us, have paper we'll never get to, right? Like we're going through our paper saying, oh, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need that. But in the off chance that you need a funky star pattern, you have one, right? So we're going to go ahead and put this in the middle. I should have cut this down a little bit more. I wanted to get a bigger scraper um, for two reasons. I lost my little orange one. I didn't lose it. It's somewhere up on this desk. And secondly, I want to be able to cover the whole paper at one time. And I've seen a lot of people use the big scrapers from who was the people that got the Cricut, right? Cricut during COVID. I'm sure they made a lot of money. A lot of money. Not only did they make a lot of money, they probably had a lot of people start their business, the dream of a lifetime, right? I feel like the market is so saturated with shirt keeper, vinyl cover people, which is great. I support whatever you're trying to do. I support your hustle. Uh, but I need them to bring stamps and stuff back. Like I need that in my life. I feel like the scrapbooking community, and I'm not a scrapper, but the scrapbooking community is losing a little bit of some of the things they have because a lot of people stopped scrapping and started making shirts. A lot of people stopped scrapping and started making I don't know, beer cozies or koozies, right? Uh, in general. And then you see people get back into scrapbooking, and all the stores, like the mom and pop ones, have shut down because no one's there. I used to go to this one jewelry place that sold beads, loose beads, and things like that in the mall before COVID came. The place closed down. So it's like only two locations. And again, like I had said earlier, one is semi far away and I can't get there all the time, but I will make the trek, once a couple of months. When I'm in my jewelry making phase, I'll go there and see the new things that they have. But I have so many cutesy little trinkets and things that I don't need. And plus, I still go to Hobby Lobby. I don't go there often to buy jewelry supplies though. I just walk the aisle to see what they have because sometimes they have a good deal on some of the things that I like. Like I was looking for these yellow beads for the longest time, a specific color yellow. They never had them. Then when I stopped looking for them, my son's like, "Look, mommy, they have the yellow beads." I was like, "Well, it's too late now. I'm no longer in the spirit of making the project." So I'm just gonna scrape this down once. I always try to scrape the back because the scrapers do tend to pick up, lift whatever it is that's on there. So I'm gonna write him a nice little sentiment and send the card off like that. But let's go ahead and put something on the inside now because I did cut this down. Let's see. I think how I'm going to treat this card this time. I normally don't treat the cards, as y'all know, but I am going to treat the top and bottom portion of this card. And he'll probably throw this thing in the trash, um, and that's just something I got to deal with. And maybe he won't. I don't know. And I'm going to put the hat upside down. Now this hat goes. Oh, we can't even see it. I think it goes on over here on this side, but we're gonna put it right here. I have early morning jitters. It's almost 9 my time, so I'm hoping, because this video is rather long, I probably won't give you a long video tomorrow, just so y'all know. But today, we're getting a long video. So now I'm going to put this in between here and close it. Just run my hand over it, my natural burnisher, right? There we go. And clip. Put a little bit of glue right there. Normally I go for a little bit more like fancy, I guess, but today I think it's cool. And we could always use that for some another project if we really wanted to use it. I'm gonna put it on the card this time versus on the paper. And that kind of lined up pretty good because there's a lot of brown on this card, right? Just gonna use my finger on that one and then chop it. All right, so let's check out our card. I enjoyed using this. Again, we used the Dilutions, Man About Town, and Couture. Mini Couture is what it's called. And somehow this just matched, and I didn't even think about that at the beginning when we were doing it. I was semi worried. Do I want to pop it up? Nah, because I don't know if it's going to fit in the mail anyway. Do you still have forever stamps? I have a few. I had a whole bunch. I had bought like $100 worth of stamps a long time ago, long time ago, and I misplaced them. And of course, my silly butt always thinks that stuff will be around forever, and it's not. All right, that's a little bit crooked, but you know what? Aren't we all a little bit off? Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this process. I know that I did. I'll see you again very soon. I want to say thank you for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.